Welcome back. Uriel Zahriel here. Welcoming back to Dark Sorcery. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment. This is the third video in a series of learning how to ignite your dark flame and learning how to immerse yourself into the infernal flow. There's many different speculations or perceptions or personal perceptions into this or how this should go. This is just a myriad of, again, another perception of how this is or how this should go. The first person to ever even coin this term, the infernal dark flame, was actually Anton LaVey back in the 70s. However, since then, there's been many people do talk about it, but it's very much a very deep and very personal actual event in us all. We each, as much as we want to debate about light, there's much about darkness as well within us all. Quite honestly, as much as there is light around us, if you truly look within us, personally, the true perception of us as a sealed body, we're nothing but darkness within. It's a medical fact. Everything heals in darkness. Everything gets better in darkness. Everything grows out of darkness. Everything is birthed out of darkness. There again, this is a perception, but it's actually based off actual facts and truth. But then again, a lot of people don't like truth these days. Again, I guess the world we live today, I really give two shits less about what the world thinks, and I continue to do as I feel led I must do, and as continue to bring you guys truth and truth through perceptions and open your pathways into new forms of thinking through expanding. That's the key word, expanding your mental pathways and your conscious ways of thinking through the use of perspectives, and change it personally for yourselves. And you take that and you establish that into your own personal practice and gnosis. That is what truly the power of gnosis should be. It shouldn't be where one practitioner or you pick up a book and you read something and you take it in as holy writ. You should be able to take it, or another practitioner, as if it is sound advice to you and you feel like you could apply it and it makes sense, then by all means apply it to your life. But if it does not make sense and it doesn't resonate with you, then by all means put it on a mental shelf or a mental closet, if you will, and sit there and leave it there. Again, just because a perception or an ideology doesn't fit today, it may fit for another day. This is pretty much true with many different things in our lives. But back to the infernal flame, that many of us, and this video's meant to literally get you to understand that the dark flame within us is truly always in us. It's birthed within us. We came and were born from darkness, as it is from the womb. Some of us, it's a mere perception of the mind and the heart to awaken it. That is the start. And this is also why in previous videos I've discussed so openly why it's so imperatively important to look within and to seek freedom within. Find gnosis and the better you within. find your higher self within. This is where your true freedom truly lies, and the true Luciferian flow and gnosis truly is. And becoming liberated in apotheosis really ignites the internal flame within you and envelops you, and you're able to apply that through your life. And you actually, once that begins to burn and light that fire within you, you'll literally see a difference in your life. You'll be able to literally see it as it will envelop you. It'll envelop your third eye. You'll see things in a whole new different way, but you'll have to take the time. It's like with anything, you know, a lot of people want wonderful things, but you will not get wonderful things unless you do the path working or the hard work to get you there. You know, so many people want to play the lottery, but they don't even want to waste $1 to even remotely play the lottery at the most cheapest, most elemental, basic way to win the lottery, which is $1, a 4 quarters, or a scratch off, or anything, as a basic way of looking at it. Yet there again, many people complain about the neighborhoods they live in. But the bus, like Morgan Freeman said, that bus runs in and out of their neighborhoods every single day. So what's truly keeping you where you're at? It there again is a perspective. It is truly, at the end of the day, gonna always be you. You are the one that's limiting everything about everything around you. You need to change everything about you and take that step and dig within you and set yourself apart and become free. Also, by doing this, like I get caught up with everything going on, you know, with trying to produce information for the channel, even my own channel. Honestly, the one thing that does truly suffer is my own personal YouTube channel. That's the one area that really, out of all my social media platforms, truly does suffer. You know, I continuously am posting and doing stuff on Facebook. I try to do stuff and continually thinking of content for Dark Sorcery channel and interacting with those on the group channels and stuff like that, and answering other questions and doing stuff for the community and whatnot. But honestly, there also needs to be a time where you unplug yourself from everything. This is very important as well. And I do set that time apart too. You have to. If you're truly going to dive deep into, it doesn't matter if it's the LHP or anything, it doesn't matter what life path, because that's what it is. It's a life path. It's a life decision of you, freedom and apotheosis, lighting and enveloping the dark flame within you, and it guiding you from within. You need to set that time apart. I set that time apart in my mornings, my midday, and my late nights before I lay my head down. 3 times a day is what I do. And some days, depending on the day and depending on the flow, some days I will literally take a time out and literally unplug everything. It's rare, but sometimes I will literally unplug absolutely everything and say, fuck the world, and I will totally retreat and just totally worry about flow. Sometimes that is very needed, and just be grounded. Sometimes to be into the flow, you just honestly need to take off your shoes and go. Get grounded. So many people have this mental concept of, oh, you need to watch this video. You need to listen to this certain sound or this music or this track, or you need to do this ceremony. You need to do this incantation. You need to have this wand. You need to have this. You need to have that. You need to have special smelling salts to do this and make your brain do that. That might have a purpose and a place for here, there, and that. But also, the truth is, the power always resides in you. It always was within you. Those things, yes, are amazing and awesome and can help get you there. I do agree. They can also, if you're starting out, can help you envelop your intuition and help you get there. But ultimately, if you don't have those things, I don't want you to feel like you're not going to get there because you lack the funds and the things to get you there. Our ancestors aren't in commune with the ancients with absolutely nothing. They had just their very environment that they were a part of, and they immersed themselves within it and within because it was a part of them. They communed with them in the ancients daily because they were living in it. They were as much as part of the earth and the ancients as the ancients were them as one. That is what I'm trying to get you all to understand and to become that kind of oneness and flow and be you and truly be free. That is not necessarily a message or a doctrine, but literally to be universally liberated within the dark flame of the actual earth itself and the ancestors and the primal earth or flow of the ancients. That is where we need to go. Now, if that is not something that you feel that is your flow, you might be able to take some aspects of that and apply it to your path and help your path get to a better grounding or a stability in your flow, regardless of what that is, regardless if it is Buddha or Hindi or even Christianity for that matter. It does not. This honestly works for everyone. You have to be connected and deeply rooted and grounded into the flow. The flow is just a term I use in which you have to be in perfect attunement and alignment, not only with yourself, but with everything around you and with the earth and the ancients as you simply are going. You learn to go and flow in a daily perpetual motion through your life. This is also, like in the last video, I've mentioned about many people get caught up in the ideas of establishing barriers and boundaries and circles for certain rites. I do see validity, it's a tongue twister for me, a validity to having boundaries and establishing barriers and boundaries for certain things and certain rites. But in my own personal practice, the way I personally conduct myself and my practice, my body is my absolute circle wherever I go. I carry everything on an astral level and my helpers and the ancients with me wherever I go. And that is pretty much my flow and how I go. And I get continued guidance that way as I literally go with the flow, quite literally. So, but that is a personal preference of mine. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm telling you that is something you must do. If that resonates with you, by all means, do. But if not, then do not. Do as you must feel that you must do. That is the true awesomeness of being in this LHP community and finding who you really are. And don't be surprised as you find who you are if today something resonates and you think, man, this is awesome. This feels so good. And I love this. I feel like me. And in 6 months, it literally doesn't feel like you anymore. And whoever, whatever you're working with, literally turns that totally upside down, and you feel like it's not the same anymore. And you're there again. You feel like you're searching again into the know. And when I say into the know, I'm talking about the void of the flow. This is a continual, perpetual going of the flow. This is how it really is, non-stop. So many people think that they're going to have the, oh my God, or the, oh my Lucifer, or oh my Satan moment. That is not always the case. When that flame envelops you, just as a fire in real life, you have to continuously stoke the fire. Otherwise, the fire will never go or grow, and it will never truly flow. See what I'm saying? So, this is why I also use the terminology I like to use. Some people dislike it. I guess someone's going to dislike and like a lot of things. Whatever. I could care less. I'm going to still do me, and either you like me or you hate me. That's how it is. I don't change shit for absolutely nobody. But honestly, that's how you need to look at when you decide to awaken your dark flame. It's not a one and done thing. If you do not feel something right away, try again. Quite honestly, it's something that I had to do for quite some time before I really truly started to, I guess, really see true, signs when I would meditate. And then it's like it was then boom on like Donkey Kong. And it was just there. Now I can't escape it. It's everywhere. Eventually, in due time and process, it will be that way for you as well. And many times, it's like that for a lot of things. Just because you do something one time, a lot of people, it's like oftentimes, and I see this a lot of times on group chats, someone will say they'll invoke a daemon or an angel. It doesn't matter. Anything. They could probably invoke a human for all that matter. It's kind of retarded, but still, you can actually invoke someone's higher self. That is an actual thing. But quite honestly, and then people will view, oh, I didn't see nothing. Nothing happened. Well, quite honestly, to be honest, sometimes there is, like, for instance, I could be recording this right now, and to my eye, there might not be anything going on at all. However, one of the viewers may see this, and with their spiritual gnosis and eyes, totally see something totally different. Absolutely totally different. And for that matter, they could even be hearing something totally different. This is absolute truth. Just because you see and you hear something doesn't mean everybody's going to see and hear the same thing. nor does it mean that it's not true. This is a fact. However, there has been a few times that I've been lucky enough to actually get actual things on videotape, and I've shared it. But those times are very, very minute. Very minute. But I want you guys to understand to look at things from a new point of view. Don't judge others before you're willing to judge yourself. That is where we're at. Judge yourself first. And I'm not trying to make this all sound religious, but truthfully, so many people love LHP and want to be ignited in the flame and have everything, but they perpetuate thinking that LHP is hate. Well, I challenge you to really research and know true gnosis of the path, because it's truly about liberation, which is freedom, respect, regardless of someone's views, and honestly, love. Again, regardless of views. Unless someone honestly comes against you to destroy you, then all those rules change. So there again, I guess I'm getting off task here, but still, dark flame, if you truly want to be ignited, you're going to have to separate yourself. Maybe from your crowd, maybe even possibly your family, even possibly from your devices, and even possibly from yourself, and look within. Behemoth X, give him a shout out. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video. I used his mantra. He actually made a very good mantra to utilize to ignite your dark flame. I would do that. It's very, very effective, very powerful. However, when I did it in a solid black room. First time go, it's pretty effective. Second time go, if you guys really want to amp things up, take a bath, shower, your preference, absolute darkness, only with candlelight. Yeah, play that mantra. Things will begin to happen. Open and get focused within you. Recite it, envelop it as you go. I used, obviously I had incense going. I personally use a lot of dragon's blood incense. I also used smoky quartz and onyx and black tourmaline. That's what I used when I did it as well. And I had nothing but black and red candles. But that's my suggestion to you. And hopefully some of this resonates with you and you're able to utilize some of it. But it's not the same for everybody. It's quite unique for everybody, quite honestly. And as you go and develop your flow, write it down. The signs sometimes are very subtle. Write them down. Share them if you like. Or keep them private too if you like. Because that's truly what they are. They are very private to you unless you choose or feel led to share them. That's totally between you and the ancients. I'm not here to make you do anything. I'm just simply here to share a point of view to help you along your travels and help you become a better you. That's what this is about. That's all I care about. Sharing a point of view of gnosis to help you in your gnosis and to envelop you and let you go about your way. Whatever that way is, that is worth everything in liberation and becoming free. A freer you. That is the power of gnosis. And as above, so below. True gnosis. Keep notes. Keep track of numbers. Keep track of even possible animals you see in your dreams or even out in regular real reality life. I do. May not make sense right away. May down the road. Sometimes I keep notes and it does not make sense until maybe a month or two down the road. Something will click and be like, wait, that happened. And I'll go back. This is another reason. If you're not into numerology, not telling you you should get into numerology, it really interests me, quite honestly. But I find a lot of use for numerology in my own personal practice and my gnosis. And I break down many different things into numerology. And I will sit there and apply it as such. And that's how a lot of things, honestly, in my personal practice, I bust a lot of things down into numerical values. And I apply it as such. But that is a little golden nugget of something I do. Now, if that resonates with you, then so be it. But you do you. That is my free gift to you, is you do you, and you become a better you. That is the truth. That so many people lose actual thought of. They're so concerned to being a better themselves through somebody else, rather than being themselves. This is a fact. But I thank you for spending some time here today, and hopefully you got some use out of this and be able to use this and develop some things along your path and in your path and develop your black flame. And I thank you again for your time and your comments. Please like and subscribe. And thank you again for your time. Uriel Zahriel here, sharing some time with you, help you along your path, giving you some perspective news to change your life into new realities. Blessed be, beasties.